September 9, 2023. Ashe Stadium. What fans witnessed wasn't just a tennis match, it was a revolution. As one viewer put it, her defensive game was unbelievable and the counter-attacks were deadly. This was the night Coco Gauff's defense didn't just win a match, it redefined what's possible in modern tennis.
The numbers tell the story. Sabalenka hit 46 unforced errors to Gauff's 19. Final score, 2-6, 6-3, 6-2. But fans saw something deeper. One comment captured it perfectly. Coco had one of the best defensive matches I have ever seen in US Open. She got to almost everything. Reminded me of Nadal's speed and defense. That comparison to Nadal wasn't hyperbole, it was truth.
Today we're analyzing what fans called one of the most amazing defensive skills like this on the woman game. How a 19-year-old systematically dismantled the most feared power game in tennis. And why sometimes, as viewers noted, defense against power wins the day when endurance and calmness under pressure meet raw athleticism.
Let's set the stage. Aryna Sabalenka entered this final as the world's most devastating power player. Fans knew what they were in for. Sabalenka hits the ball as hard as anyone on the tour. Against her stood 19-year-old Coco Gauff, who one fan described as having the fitness to get to every single ball possible and put it back in play.
The pre-match atmosphere was electric. As one viewer noted, the roars in that audience was something like no other. I've never heard someone cheer louder for someone. But Gauff would need more than crowd support. She would need to solve a puzzle that had demolished players all summer long.
The first set was brutal. Sabalenka won 6-2 in 40 minutes, breaking Gauff's serve 3 times. Fans were worried. After the first set, I was so despondent, thought Sabalenka was going to run through Coco. Another viewer admitted. I was like, there's no way Coco will beat her. The power differential seemed insurmountable.
But fans who know tennis spotted the signs early. One astute observer noted, even when she lost the point, she pumped her fist. On to the next point. One at a time, stay focused. This mental resilience, this refusal to be broken by Sabalenka's early dominance, was laying the foundation for something special.
Sabalenka's first set dominance was complete. One fan captured the overwhelming nature. Sabalenka, in addition to her length, looked so powerful in the first set. Every swing seemed to generate impossible pace. But as another viewer noted, she sucked in the first set, and she often comes out of the gates hitting early in matches. The question was, could Gauff survive long enough to find her rhythm?
The transformation began with tactical adjustments. As one fan perfectly described, Set 1, Sabalenka continuously attacks Coco's forehand, and Coco had no idea how to deal with the speed. Set 2, Coco is getting used to the speed now, and Sabalenka is not doing great at longer rallies. The coaching change to Brad Gilbert was paying dividends.
The second set revealed Gauff's genius. Fans were mesmerized by her court coverage and shot-making under pressure. This wasn't just athleticism, it was tactical intelligence. Every retrieved ball was psychological warfare against a power player used to hitting winners. As one viewer observed, she made her play a full game. She never let up the pressure.
The crowd became her weapon. As one viewer captured, the roars in that audience was something like no other. Another noted, she had the entire stadium on her side. But it wasn't just home court advantage. Gauff earned those roars with impossible gets that defied physics and broke her opponent's spirit shot by shot.
Fans witnessed the psychological shift in real time. One observer noted perfectly, Sabalenka is not used to her bomb shots coming back so often. Coco was able to return those bombs with interest. The hunter was becoming the hunted. Every ball that came back was asking Sabalenka, how many perfect shots can you hit under this pressure?
The analysis from fans was brilliant. When someone keeps returning your shots, you start to feel like you have to hit an amazing shot to get it past them, and then you start hitting it out. This is exactly what happened to Sabalenka. Her power became her weakness, as Gauff's defense forced desperation where confidence once lived.
The fitness factor was becoming crucial. Fans noticed. Everyone commented on her defense, and rightly so, but it was also her conditioning. Coco didn't look tired. Sabalenka did, another observer. All this running around about to wear Sabalenka out. Gauff's conditioning was becoming a weapon of psychological warfare.
Fans were in awe of specific defensive moments that seemed to defy human limitations. These weren't just athletic feats, they were momentum-shifting, confidence-breaking moments that demoralized a power player. As one viewer captured, Her court coverage was nothing short of miraculous.
The third set was complete domination. Fans described it perfectly. Set 3. Coco's forehand has gotten better and she's used to Sabalenka's speed and game, and through all sets, she's been defending like no other. Sabalenka is growing desperate because every ball is coming back. She is frustrated and makes more and more unforced errors.
One fan captured the tactical mastery. Coco puffed, slowed, balled Sabalenka, didn't let her hit power. Very good way to diffuse power hitters. Just slowed high top spinners that landed deep. This wasn't accident. This was championship-level tactical intelligence from a 19-year-old.
The serving for the championship moment was pure ice. One fan noted, Gauff's composure when serving for the match is to be commended. Sure, she had a 5-2 lead, but to stay calm and serve out a love game is a sign of her growth as a player. This was championship DNA on full display.
The emotional impact was universal. Fans wrote, "I'm crying, she's crying, Dad is crying, everyone is crying." Another, "Coco really has me shedding tears." This wasn't just a tennis match, it was a moment that transcended sport. A 19-year-old had just rewritten the rules of modern tennis.
The celebration was pure joy. As one fan captured, hugging her daddy at the end made me start crying. So happy that she was able to pull this one off, another wrote. Love seeing a daughter with her dad celebrating. The image of a champion embracing her father embodied everything beautiful about sport.
Fans understood the deeper implications immediately. One wrote, "Perfect example of why you need variety as well as power." Sabalenka was unable to overpower Coco, and when she couldn't, she had no answers. Another, "Defense is what wins most Grand Slams." They had witnessed a fundamental truth about championship tennis.
The tactical breakdown was clear to viewers. Just great defense. When someone keeps returning your shots, you start to feel like you have to hit an amazing shot to get it past them, and then you start hitting it out. This is tennis psychology 101, but executed at the highest level by a teenager.
Fans recognized historical significance. Gauff versus Sabalenka was like Ali versus Foreman. It was defense against power, and today the endurance and calmness of Gauff under pressure won her the match. The comparison to boxing's greatest upset wasn't hyperbole, it was recognizing that David had just beaten Goliath with pure skill.
The Brad Gilbert factor was huge. Fans noted, "So happy for Coco. Brad Gilbert was an excellent addition to her team." Another, "You got to give credit to Brad Gilbert, how he turned her game around and made her the best player in the world." Exactly what he did for Agassi. Champion coaches create champions.
The game-changing nature was clear to fans. The game has changed. Again, folk are going to need to be able to play long rallies in the WTA. Somehow the women's game has gone into a new direction. Gauff hadn't just won a match, she had shifted the entire landscape of women's tennis toward defensive mastery.
Fans understood her unique qualities. "I like that Coco can actually hit the ball without screaming every time." Another, "Is there any real tennis fan out there who doesn't absolutely love the way Coco plays the game? She doesn't scream when she strikes the ball. She doesn't whine. She just plays great tennis with class and she never gives up."
The athleticism was otherworldly. One fan wrote, "I've been watching tennis for decades, and I think 9.6 might be the fastest I've ever seen anyone run on a tennis court, man or woman." And then she hits the perfect shot deep to the baseline. These moments weren't just impressive, they were game-changing.
The physical preparation showed. Fans noticed, Coco Gauff is probably the fittest on the women's tour. She plays singles, doubles, and sometimes mixed doubles, and she's still not breathing hard after a 3 sets in GS final. This wasn't accident. This was years of preparation meeting the moment.
The mental strength was remarkable. As one fan observed, "That level of composure and mental strength for a 19-year-old is unbelievable." Another noted, "She analyzed every point played, quickly accepted the result, and was on to the next one." This was champion mentality in its purest form.
The future was obvious to viewers. Scary thing is, Coco isn't even near her prime yet, she's just getting started. Another predicted, Coco is 19, the youngest major winner since Serena, and IMO the most promising since her. "I see major things in her career. Bright, bright future." They were witnessing the beginning of an era.
The inspiration was immediate. Dreams can come true with hard work, grit, and determination. Fans saw more than tennis. Intelligence, mental toughness, athleticism, adjustability, willpower, and determination. This was a masterclass in what happens when talent meets perfect preparation and unbreakable will.
The comparisons were immediate and telling. Coco's fitness is incredible. She reminds me of Andre Agassi. He'd drag his opponent out into deep water and know that his fitness would allow him to pummel them in the later sets. But fans also noted her retrieving would make Aryna Sanchez Vicario and Venus Williams blush.
The technical excellence was evident. One fan captured it. She uses her forehand like Nadal, sending it deep with tons of spin. Her backhand is ridiculously accurate as she seems to be able to do just about anything with it. This wasn't just defense, this was offensive defense at its finest.
The crowd connection was special. Fans wrote, "The crowd going crazy when she hugged her family was absolutely awesome." Another, "That standing ovation is just plain electrifying." This wasn't just tennis, this was a shared human experience of witnessing greatness born.
The victory speech resonated. As one fan noted, "That victory speech fire, she backed up shot making with tennis IQ beyond her 19 years." Her words about those who doubted her added fuel to the fire became iconic. Proof that adversity could be transformed into rocket fuel.
The global impact was immediate. Fans from everywhere expressed their joy. American WOMENS tennis is back and couldn't have a better ambassador. Another, "She is inspiring, elegant, and has the heart of a lion." The world had found its new tennis icon.
The technical analysis was spot on from fans. Some experts say that Coco's athleticism won her the game. Yes, but it's the intelligence to know that against Sabalenka, that would be the right strategy to win, that needs to be acknowledged. This was tactical genius disguised as athletic brilliance.
The sportsmanship was noted by fans. Love the warm embrace at the end. Magnanimous spirit. Lovely combination of skills and heart. Even in victory, Gauff showed the class and grace that would define her championship reign. Champions win with style and lose with dignity.
Fans captured the complete picture. She doesn't have superpowers or big weapons, just smart, consistent, error-free, under control, athletic, and well-coached. That's all. Maybe being the best all-around player is a superpower. Sometimes the most devastating weapon in sports is simply refusing to let any ball bounce twice.
The final word belongs to the fans who witnessed history. This is indeed the new level of women's tennis. Just a brilliant, superb, and fun match to watch. Coco Gauff didn't just win the US Open. She proved that in tennis, as in life, the most powerful weapon isn't always the one that hits hardest. Sometimes it's the one that simply never gives up.